Morning and welcome to Sukkah Daf
And David.
44. Real quick today. Shmuel's in a rush.
That's right.
Gotta get ready for Shabbos. I heard you're baking a potato kugel with zucchini and carrots in the middle of the potato kugel. Is that true?
No.
Shmuel, come on. People on the kosher.com, they're waiting for your latest recipe.
No.
You talk to Chani Naiman?
Who's that?
She's the person in charge of kosher.com. It's a website, kosher recipes. I'm telling you, I know I've tasted your potato kugel with carrots and zucchini in the middle, melted in the middle.
Oh yeah?
It's like s'mores, melted in the middle of the carrots and zucchini.
That's good.
Shmuel always got a recipe up his sleeve. All right, let's start. So the gemara said yesterday we're talking about if it's dochet arava would potentially be able to be used on the seventh day in Eretz Yisrael, but not in Bavel. So the gemara concludes that we can't say that. Just like in Bavel they can't do it, in Eretz Yisrael also they can't do it. And also for the lulav also the first day it's not dochet Shabbos even in Eretz Yisrael. So then whereas Vela Kasha, we have a Kasha with two brises. One says, how do you resolve? Why does one say Beso and one says Beso Migdash? Hani Tarti, the Tanya Chada, Kol Amulikas Levei and Larabais. One says they also used to bring on Friday before Sukkot, the Shabbos that Yom Tov Rishon fell on Shabbos. They brought it to Harabais. Hani Idach Beis HaKnesset. They brought the Lovim to the shul. Well, why does one say Beit HaKnesset and one says Harabais? Wanted to say it's all time in Eretz Yisrael. The first Mishnah is talking about when the Beis HaMikdash was around. The second Mishnah is about when it wasn't around. So we have to give a different answer. Really, it's only talking Beis HaMikdash Kayim because nowadays lulav is never docha Shabbos, even if it's Yom Tov Rishon. Lo kasha kam mikdash kam mikvulin. The first Mishnah was talking during the Beis HaMikdash, talking that when they were actually in the Beis HaMikdash. The Gvulin, if you live far away from the Beis HaMikdash, you didn't have to go and bring your lulav to the actual Beis HaMikdash. The Gvulin, the province is outside of Yerushalayim, right? How many districts are there in Israel, Shmuel? You know how many districts there are?
I don't know what that means. No.
Like a county, how many counties are there in Israel?
No idea.
You heard of the word Sheish before?
Sheish? No. I heard Sheish, 6.
6, there you go. There's 6. Can you name them?
No.
I'll tell you what they are. Help me. There's three cities and 3 locations.
Yeah.
What are the 3 biggest cities here in Israel? What are the 3 biggest cities in Israel? What do you think?
Yerushalayim.
Yeah. Jerusalem district, yeah. That's what Telstone is in.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv district, exactly.
Gush Katif.
Gush Katif they gave to the Arabs. The Hamas. Hamas took it over. Haifa. Heard of Haifa? Haifa. There's also the northern district, the central district, and the south district. So if I were to ask you where Beersheba is, what would you say?
It's in Israel.
Yeah, which district is it in?
Oh, that's Central District.
Beersheba?
North District.
Beersheba? In the south, that's in the south. Your favorite yeshiva, and then you go to that yeshiva Tifrach. You and your Chavrusa were from Tifrach. How did you get that apartment out of your wife? You must have been one of those people that went to Tifrach, no? At Tifrach, they have a policy that everyone who goes to Tifrach, they don't settle for less than an apartment.
What do you mean they don't settle?
If you went to Tifrach and you want to get engaged, the girl must give an apartment.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Because Tifrach is probably the best yeshiva. It's known as the best yeshiva. So you're an elite Talmud. You deserve an apartment. I thought you went there.
Let's go there.
All right. Shmuel did not go to Tifrach. He did not go to BJJ. BJJ. course he didn't go to BJJ. He's a guy. All right. His wife went there.
No, he didn't.
She didn't go to BJJ? Where did she go to seminary? Where?
It was Israeli. Went to the Israeli seminary.
Which one? My wife went to Cook.
Oh, Cook is good.
You heard of that Cook? Which one did your wife go to?
Wolf.
Whoa. Sounds scary. All right.
Cook sounds yummy.
Did you get married at Wolf also? You got married in America? Or Manchester? Where'd you get married?
I got married here.
Here. Where? Which wedding hall? Tel Aviv.
I don't know, I don't know what it's called. Something in...
Yahar de Mall?
What?
Hadar de Mall?
No.
Hadar de Mall is probably the most expensive wedding hall here in Israel.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's in Regional and Sion. Where is it?
No, it's next. It's Ramat Gan or something.
It's Ramat Gan, right.
I've been there. Right.
Oh, you like Hadar de Mall? So you have an expensive taste. After making that kugel, with those fried carrots and zucchini, I mean, you relegate yourself to luxury. You're accustomed to luxury, I see. So you prefer wedding venues like Hadar de Mall. You know what else they have in Ramat Gan? You know what else they have? The Diamond District. You ever the Diamond?
Right.
Israel's
big. It's next to it. That's where it is. It's next to the Diamond District.
Exactly. And if you forget to buy your wife a diamond in the middle of the wedding, you turn over to the Diamond District here, so your wife with diamond.
Wow.
That's why they located next to each other.
Wow.
But you didn't know that one.
That's very
It's
nice.
not in the bazooka jokes. It's not on the Snapple cup bottle top.
I don't know. What did they have in the Snapple bottle? Okay.
Did you know facts?
In the bottle top?
Yeah, you never knew Snapple. You open up, they have a "Did you know" or something like that. Something about the best stuff on earth. So they tell you about the earth. All right. So the Gemara says we're talking about the Beis Hamikdash, Kan B'Mikdash, Kan B'Gvul, and the other provinces, the other districts in Israel, where they weren't close to the Beis Hamikdash. Then they brought it to Beis Knesset before. But nowadays, when the Beis Hamikdash is destroyed, so it's not Docha Shabbos, even if Yom Tov Rishon falls on Shabbos. I'm going to buy the Rava. Ma'ishna lulav davdinon le'shiva zeichel hamikdash. Ma'ishna rava davdinon le'shiva zeichel hamikdash. Lulav, they're masakin. We say Yocham Zaka with masakin. That nowadays you shake a lulav 7 days, even though really midoraisa only have to shake it 1 day. But gvulin, arava we only do Hashan Rab. We only shake the arava or hit the arava only 1 day. And both of them were done 7 days in the Beis Hamikdash. So he says, because the other 6 days you have the Arav and the Lulav, so you say with that. I'm like, Ahu Mishum Lulav Hu Dekavile. That's not Mishum the Arav. That's part of the Dalad Minim. Nothing to do with that. Maybe you'll tell me he picks it up once for Yotzei Lulav, and then he picks up a second time in order to be Yotzei shaking the Arava. Right? Shmuel, when you shake your Lulav, you don't shake it twice. You don't pick up once and twice, right?
Right.
You pick up at least 4 or 5 times, right?
Right.
Like where I say you don't pick up twice, you only pick up once. 4 or 5. There are people that pick up a lulav 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, 10 times.
Okay, I was vid.
Haki Amar of Zvid. Mishmei the Rav Lulav do Rais Avdin and Shiva Zeichel Amid. Asharav the Rabban lo Avdin and Shiva Zeichel Amid. Arava, he says the whole premise of Arava is only din the Rabbanan. It's not a din do Raisa. So the Gemara challenged it. Laman, according to who? Ilaim al Abba Shol Amar Arve Nachal Ksiv. It says Arve plural in the Torah. Shtayim Achas Lulav Achas. I wanted to tell you about that you have to put a Ravos in your Lulav. I wanted to tell you that they either walked around the Mizbeach with the Ravos, or they were Zokefit, they stood it up next to the Mizbeach. Either Rabbanan, according to Rabbanan, Hilchas Mirla, it's also the Raisa. The Amar Vasi Amar Yochanan Mishum Yunichunya Ish Bakas Beis Korsan. Esther Natilas Arava Venista Hamayim Alachal Mishsin. I'll consider before. If we have 10 young trees, you said the month before, right now we're in the month before Shvias. So normally you're not allowed to plant, you have to add on Tosefas Shvias. But if there's 10 young trees, you're allowed to plant them, and you're allowed to water them, if they're within the space of 2,500 amos or less, because they're going to die. Arava is the procedure of shaking of encircling them back with Arava. And he's water libations on Sukkot. So Arol Halacham Shusina. El Amar Razim Mishmei the Rava Lulav the Isla Ikar Min HaTorah Regula. Lulav has Ikar has a source from the Torah in the Gvulin, in the provinces, in the districts. Avdin Le Shiva Zeichel Mikdash. Arava the Leisla Ikar Min HaTorah. begvulin. It's only applied. The Rava only applies in the Beis Hamikdash. It never applies midoraisa in the gvulin in districts. Lo avdina zechel shiva zechel mikdash. Therefore, you don't do shiva zechel mikdash. Amar Reish Lakish. Kohanim bali mumin nichnasim ben ulam lizbeach. The that's about Rava. Reish Lakish is an unbelievable thing here. He says that if you're a Baal Mum, even though you're normally not allowed to walk, Kohanim are allowed in the Azara. But if you're going to the Baal Mum, you're not allowed in the space between the Mizbeach HaChitzon and the Ulam. Right? In order to encircle the Mizbeach, you have to walk around the whole thing. So you're going to have to enter that area between the Ulam and the Mizbeach. So he says, even if you're a Baal Mum, for a Rava, you're allowed to do it. It's a big Chiddush. Only Rabbi Yochanan, mi Amra, Rabbi Yochanan said, who says such a thing? The Gemara says, Mi Amra. Rabbi Yochanan would say, who says such a thing? You Amar. He himself says it's okay. The Amr Vasem Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Menachon Ish Bakaz Beis Course and Esron Dios Arav and Izachamayim Halachol Mishusina. So therefore, you see, it's a mitzvah d'oraisa. So therefore, the mitzvah d'oraisa of Arava would be docha the losa say of the Bali Mumin, the Kohanim Bali Mumin, the Kohanim with blemishes entering into that forbidden area. So the Gemara says, Ela Mi Amra ben Atila. The Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan saying, who says that a Rava you have to actually walk around with? Dilma Bizkifim, you just certain Kohanim have to stand it up next to the Mizbeach. And therefore you don't have to walk around with it. Even if you want to say you have to encircle the Mizbeach, who says there's Bali Mumin? Dilma Bitmim, maybe you do with Kohanim that are whole, that don't have Mumin. Itmar, Yochanan Rishon ben Levi, Chanamar Rava Yisod Neviim, Chanamar Rava Minagdim. Now we're talking about nowadays, right? When we shake the Arava in Shul. Right? You make sure to buy those big Aravas, Shmuel. Right. You buy the really big ones?
Oh, they're
the ones the kids sell?
The bunker busters ones.
They're taller than you?
The ones, the skyscrapers.
You buy the skyscraper?
Yes.
So you buy the big ones?
I buy the
and you hit them or you shake them? What do you do?
What do I do?
Because Chibur Arav is a machlokas between Rashi and the Rambam. This is Iyon ben Sion. You introduce it? Rashi says Chibur Arav is shaking it. Ram says it's hitting it. So therefore, we do both. Right? Anyway, so we're going to get back to that in a minute. So Yom is not concluded yet. We're going to get back to that. Anyway, this practice of shaking the Arava or Shana Rabbah is either a Yisod Nevi'im, which is a Takana of the Rabbana, of the Nevi'im, which is the Rabbanan. Chanamar Arava Minag Nevi'im. It's only a Minag they instituted. It's not a real... what's the nafmin? Nafmin is whether you make a bracha or not. If it's a derabbanan, you make a bracha. You say kasher tzivanu, right? If it's tzivanu, if it's a minag, you don't make a bracha minag. This time, the Rabbi Yochanan, the Amar Yisod Nevi'im, who says Rabbi Yochanan says derabbanan, the Amar Rabbi Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Rava Yisod Nevi'im. Who he said explicitly, it's Yisod Nevi'im, it's derabbanan to stayim, so it's a good proof. Amalei Rozera Rabbi Abba, Mi Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Hachi Rabbi Yochanan say this. Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Yochanan Ish Bakas Beis Course and Yisrael Tios Arav Nizachamayim. He says our Rav is Doraisa Eshtomim Kishachad. He was, what does that mean? He was shocked. He couldn't believe it. It's a good question. He was silent. He was forced to say a duchig answer. He says they forgot it in Bavel. When they went to Galus in Bavel, they forgot about this Arava and the Beis Hamikdash. And then when they came back to Bayis Sheni, they remembered and they reinstituted it. So the Gemara says, Yochanan said when this Talmud Rav Kahana, right, Matan Kahana from the Tilumi party Yamina, he came to Eretz Yisrael. He came from Bavel. You know Matan Kahana is?
No, I don't know who he is. He's
the MK. He's the member of Knesset that is trying to institute kashrus and gerus reforms in the law of Israel. He's Mavatel. He's nullifying the Rabbanut.
Really?
Their authority to have sole jurisdiction over kashrus and gerus.
What is he doing?
We call him Rav Kahana. That's his name.
What is he doing this for?
He believes it has to be egalitarian. It has to be equal. Everything has to be free and fair. Why should the Rabbana? Why is the Rabbana better than other rabbis that are self-appointed rabbis?
No, this is wrong. You have to speak to him.
Well, anyway, when Rav Kahana came from Bavel, when Matan Kahana, no, not Matan Kahana, the Rav Kahana, the old from Bavel, he came to Eretz Yisrael to Rabbi Yochanan to learn, and he couldn't believe how much Rav Kahana knew. He said, Dilchan Amri, what I said that you, Eretz Yisrael, you knew, Dilon here, it really belongs to Bavel. They know much more in Bavel. So you see in Bavel, there was no Amaratzos. They knew more, so it can't be they forgot about it. So the Gemara says, Lo Kasha. Kan b'mikdash, kan b'gvulin. So this is the obvious answer. What we were saying before. Arava is alright, so that's throwing in the base of mikdash. In the gvulin, that's only a minhag or a midrabanan. What we do on Shana Rabbah, that's not something it's a zeicher for the base of mikdash, but it's not more than a derabanan. Amar Rabbi Ami, Arava sricha shir. Arava needs a shir. That Arava, the big shir, the one you have to take, right? Your machmir lahalacha. You make sure it has a shir, about 100 million shirim. Joking. Yeah, you can't take it along with the lulav. You can't be yotzei with the arash lulav. So the Gemara asks an obvious question. That it can't be taken along with something else. Of course, if you try to be yotzei by shaking your lulav with aravos in your kushkalach, koishalach. Right, I'm learning on the job. So obviously you can't be yotzei kosher coals. You can't be yotzei the arosh v'lulav. Versus ma'od the same. When we say that you can't be yotzei with that Rav lulav, that's talking about where he didn't pick it up a second time. Maybe then I would be yotzei, right?
Right.
Kamash Malan, you're still not yotzei. Rav Chistam, Rav Yitzchak, Adam yotzei dechavasa b'rosh v'lulav. He holds. You are yotzei your chov with arash v'lulav. You pick it up a second time. Kamashira, we said it has to have a shear. What's the shear? Amar Rav Nachman, Gimel Bade Alim Lachin. You have to have 3 nice branches full of beautiful, moist leaves, right?
Okay.
I know we get 5. And nowadays people tie 5 of them together. Rav Sheish Amar Afilu Ala Achad or Bad Echad. Even 1 leaf and 1 stalk. Ala Echad or Bad Echad. It's not 1 stalk without a leaf. You're going to have a leaf detached and a stalk detached. As long as you have 1 stalk, one stem with 1 leaf attached to it. So Shmuel, that thing that you have these long aravos that have hundreds of leaves and hundreds of stems.
Yes.
You're overdoing it, Shmuel. I'm sorry. You're overpaying. You're overdoing it. Take it easy this year. Just buy one stem, rip up all the leaves. Just 1 leaf. You'll say the share of the gemara, okay? I dare you.
I'll see what you have.
I just buy the standard one, the one in the plastic packaging. The easy one. It's like 10 shekel. All right. So Gemara says, Amar Aibu Havakim Nakamid Rav Bar Tzadok. I was standing in Rav Bar Tzadok, Va'isiu Gavra Rav Kameh. A certain person brought a Rav in front of him. Shakil Chavid Velo Baruch. He shook it or he waved it according to the Rashi, or he hit it according to the Rambam, and he didn't make a bracha. He obviously held a minhag, that's why you don't make a bracha. Aibo v'chizkiya b'nei barti de Rav. Aibo, this is a different Aibo. This is the grandson of Rav, and Chizkiya, who are the sons of the daughters of Rav. Aisu Arava l'kamei de Rav. They brought a Rav in front of Rav on Hoshana Rabbah. Chavid ulo baruch. Again, he waved it or he hit it, and he didn't make a bracha. Kasavra minhag neviim. He held it's a minhag neviim. It's a minhag. That's why they make a bracha. Amar Aibo havakim l'kamei de Rabbi Elazar bar Tzadok. Let's just finish off our Yunus Ben Sion over here. So, what's Bishlam? I understand according to Rashi that Chibra Rava means to wave it, right? Because you wave a lulav.
Right.
Where to get there to hit it? So the Rambam obviously is Medayeh because Chibur. Chibur, the literal word Chibur means to hit it. But what's the svara of the Rambam? Why would you hit an harava? Do they do that based on Mikdash? Where do you find something you hit? You're supposed to hit a mitzvah. It's a pretty violent, right? It's violent that you're hitting leaves, you know. Sar Bali Chaim. What do you think about the Shmuel?
Good question. What's the answer?
The answer is that it's deep secrets. I can't tell you the answer. I don't know. I honestly don't know. This is Rabbi Ben Sion says Sarchion, and he leaves it up to the viewers to come up with their own answer. But I'm posing the question. Okay. Amar Aibo Avakim Lakamid Elazar bar Tzadok was standing Elazar bar Tzadok. Asked Kamehu Gavra. A certain man came in front of him. And Amar like Christ Isli. I have cities. I have villages. Karmaya Isli. I have vineyards. Zaisaya Isli. I have olive trees. Asu Bnei Kraisa. People from the village. The Makashkikin B'Karmaya. They're working. They're hoeing my vineyards. And reward for what they're doing. They just assume that I'll pay them with olives. They eat olives. He was talking about your shvius. Is this okay or not? Amalei lo arich. It's not permissible. You can't get paid with peros shvius. He's getting paid with the olive tree with a peros shvius. As he was leaving, Amar Kado Avesa Diary Ba'ara Chara Memshnin. He said, unbelievable. I was living in Eretz Yisrael for 40 years. I never found someone walking in a just path, in a proper path like this person. So what did he do? He gave him, as a present, Mesilas Yesharim. It doesn't say that.
That's really funny.
He walked in a just path. So I gave him yeah. They never saw someone like that. I gave him Mesilas Yesharim. Other Asi Amrle, so he came back to him. He was very taken by the compliment. He came back to him. Amrle, what should I do? How do I fix this problem? Amrle, Afkir Zeisai Lechashuchaya. He said, be mafkir your zeisim to the poor people.
That's what it's Shemitah.
It's Shemitah, but you already mafkir it. So once you mafkir it, so then people will take it. It doesn't belong to him.
Shemitah, so you have to be mafkir. What do you mean?
You have to be. You're not exactly mafkir. The street is not mafkir your field. You still are allowed to eat your fruits in your field until Zman Biur, until all the fruits are animals eat.
What are you talking about? It's hefker. Fields are hefker. What are you saying?
It's hefker, but you're allowed to eat them.
So, but why did he have to be mafkir if it's already?
Because he didn't want to be in his possession.
Oh, okay.
It's not exactly hefker. Okay. I don't think Shemitah is hefker. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure. So the Gemara says, can you believe this? We're going into year of Shvius and we don't know whether it's hefker or not. Eretz Yisrael. Imagine if we came in front of Rabbi Tzadok. He would say, I've been in Eretz Yisrael for 40 years. I've never seen Amaratz. I'm like, these two. They don't know Shvius is hefker, huh? I've never seen Amaratz like Benzi Lang. I've never seen a guy like this. This guy is such an Amaratz. All right. You're leaving? Tain pritaya lekashkuke karmaya, and he says, give money to the people, give prutos out of your own pocket, give some money to the people that hoe your vineyards. So the Gemara asks, kashkushke mishari, is it mutter to hoe your field, to do tillage on shvius? V'atanya v'shvius shamtenem natashta tishamtenem lakashke. You have to do shemitah from lakashke, from hoeing, and natashta lasakel. And Natashta means you have to stop throwing the rocks around, which people use rocks to help grow their plants. Amar Ravuko Barchama Trei Kishkush Gaba. There's two types of kishkush. Chad stume pili, v'chad avruye yilnil. One is to close up the cracks in the roots, which is just preserving the life of the tree, and one is to actually make cracks in the ground so that plants will grow better. Ivruye ilani yasar, to make cracks in the ground that you're growing new trees, that's a problem. Stume pili, just to preserve the trees that are already there, to cover up the roots, shari. That's okay. Amar Aibu Mishum Lezer Bar Tzadok Al Yahalich Adam Ari Shabbos Yosner Gilum Parsos. A person shouldn't walk on Erev Shabbos more than 3 parsos. A parsa is 8,000 amos, right? It's 4 mil. 8,000 amos. A person walks about 10 parsas in a day. So therefore, the article explained it that since 10 parsas in a day, we're talking about from daybreak, so therefore once from 4 hours into the day, from 10 o'clock in the morning, you should stop whatever you're doing. In the middle of your travel, you should stop. What's the reason behind this? I'm Rav Kahana, lo amar el lebese. This is only talking about if you're planning on going home, because people are not going to expect that you're going to come home. They're not going to expect you to be there, and you're going to come home, and you're not going to have your food ready for you. You're not going to want to Shabbos. It's better to stay where you are and find a place that you can have food. Avalo shpize, you're going to a guest house. I might not get samich. There, presumably, you have food with you, and you'll eat whatever you have, and you won't be disappointed with what you have. Again, Rav Kahana, this is Matan Kahana from the Yamina part.
No, it's not. Don't call him out.
All right.
Kahana is Rav Kahana.
We're talking about even if you go to your house. Certainly, if you go to Oshpize, I don't know where you're going. Even if you go to a guest house, there for sure they're not going to have what you need. If you go to your house, maybe they'll have what you need. They're not going to have what you need probably. Amar Rav Kahana b'didi hava uvda v'afilu kasa the harsan elo ashkachi.
Oh my God!
I traveled past Gimel Parsos. I traveled past 10 o'clock in the morning to my home, and they didn't even have kisa the harsa. They didn't even have a small fish for me. Can you believe that? So Lamaisa, the halacha is that it's not. It depends. They used to walk. Now we have cars and stuff like that. So the halacha is a little different. All right, let's finish up. Mitzvahs lulav ketzad. Tani Tana Kamed Rav Nachman Sojourn al Gaga Itztaba. And the Mishnah says they used to put it on the roof of the Itztaba. This is the way he interprets the Mishnah. Amar lei v'chi liyavshan husarich. Was he intending to dry it out? He put it on the top of the roof. It's above the benches. He wanted to dry it out. Elaima al gav itztaba, on the benches himself, where you had the roof of the benches covering it, prevented from drying it out. This is talking about when the Beis Hamikdash, they used to bring the lulavim to the Beis Hamikdash before Yom Tov Rishon, which fell on Shabbos. Amar Rachava, Amar Rav Yehuda, Harabai Yisatav Kafel Hayasatav L'fnim Yisatav. It had benches, one bench in front of the other. They had double benches surrounding the Beis Hamikdash. Shmuel, did you own one of those benches when the Beis Hamikdash was built? Are you gonna buy one? You know, people have in the shul here, they have names on the seats or whatever. So you're interested in buying a bench? I'll sell it to you. I'll sell you a bench for like 1,000 shekel. You want one? 1,000 shekel, like $250, $300. You're interested? All right. Have a good Shabbos. Bye. Come, Shmuel, say good Shabbos. We're not going to see you.
Okay, good Shabbos.
Good Shabbos. Bye. Keep safe.